8:36, Nashville's morning news on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Time for the gang of three amigos. Johnny B's here. Good morning, Johnny.
Good morning, Dan.
Ken's here. Good morning, Ken.
Good morning, boys. Yeah.
I'm Dan. Please say good morning to me.
Good morning,
Dan.
Thank you. Please acknowledge. Please say good morning. So, Ken.
Yeah, Brother Dan.
Can I just acknowledge something that your newscasts have had a lot of weird in it today?
Yeah, it has, and I like it.
So let's go through some of these stories.
Okay.
First of all, I thought the one where the guy from the fire department runs into a fire, not in his jurisdiction, and starts screaming orders.
Yeah.
That's like, so just so you folks know, that would be like me running into a radio station in Chattanooga and telling them, to change their programming.
Right.
Or, somebody who works for one division of a company, unaffiliated with the other division running in and shouting orders as well. But
Show the music.
yeah, that's exactly right.
We're going rock and roll.
So, but what has he been charged with?
Let's see. Let me get back to that story there, Brother Dan Mandis. News 2 says that he has been charged with reckless endangerment, disorderly conduct, and he's no longer responding to emergencies where he works in Nashville, but he is still part of the Nashville Fire Department squad.
So can I play devil's advocate?
Yeah.
Was he just trying to help?
I don't know.
Or was this like some sort of a narcissistic power grab?
Don't know. All I know is that apparently Rutherford County Fire and Rescue didn't need him there or didn't want him there.
Well, they probably didn't appreciate it. And listen, I don't know anything about fighting fires. I've taken part in a few dumpster fires, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But when it comes to fighting fires, does each sort of jurisdiction or fire department have their own policy? If this guy runs in, he's from Nashville, and he starts shouting orders when they've already got, the people that are in charge working on it, then I can see why they would say that this is reckless endangerment. Now, if he went in and he's, asking how he can help, that's a little bit of a different dynamic, right?
Everybody stop what you're doing. How can I help?
Listen to me. I'm in charge now. Who was it that said I'm in charge now? I can't remember. The politician. Somebody, the president, somebody on the super text line tell me, who was the president who was in surgery and then somebody else said, I'm in charge now?
Alexander Haig.
Alexander Haig. Thank you, Johnny. So, I mean, it sounds like an Alexander Haig moment.
Yeah. Well,
so I don't know. But does he deserve all of that you just mentioned? Because it also sounds like that's a bit much.
Well, I mean, you got to look at it this way.
Yes.
These firefighters, part of the Rutherford County Fire and Rescue Team, they have their commander. They have their orders.
Yes.
They're following one command. All of a sudden, this other firefighter shows up, starts grabbing equipment off of one of the trucks, and according to the arrest affidavit, the command there was saying, stop what you're doing.
Okay,
and
you know what?
Ignored them.
Yeah, then I don't know the severity or the appropriateness of the charges, but sounds like the dude was a little off his rocker.
Who knows? I don't know what he was doing.
By the way, 1998 reminds us all about AOC. I'm the boss.
Yeah, she said she was the boss.
She sure did.
Maybe this fella thought he was the boss.
Maybe AOC should have been arrested. All right, maybe that's too far. All right, so the other one, Taco Bell in the Great Smoky Mountains.
There is none. According to one visitor,
so are we talking
they were
about
quite upset about that.
Are we talking about in the Smoky Mountains or in like Pigeon Forge? We probably don't know, but is there really no Taco Bell? I mean, you can't get away from those things.
That's just according to what this outside magazine survey found, was that one of the visitor complaints for the Great Smoky Mountains was that there was no Taco Bell.
That is so strange.
Yeah. Like here are the complaints.
Yes.
Park staff, including volunteers, they keep you away from the wildlife. Well, they're saving your life, you moron.
I can't take my selfie with that black bear.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Really? Who the hell did they talk to?
So here's another one. Overall, there was nothing here that I saw or that was open that would ever make me want to go here again. If you like long lines in traffic, waiting 20 minutes to use the toilet, and not being able to get out of your car, then you'll like this park. And then right after that, there was no Taco Bell.
Are these people from like Illinois?
I don't know.
Like I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, okay, so if you're like a city slicker and you want to take a selfie with a black bear,
Yeah.
While eating some Taco Bell.
I would, you know what? If I'm park staff, I'm going to be like, go ahead, make my day. Hey, everybody get the popcorn.
In fact, sir, why don't you take that Taco Bell and go feed that black bear over there?
Watch this dip crap from Chicago try and, feed a black bear or take a selfie with the black bear. Let's all just watch and see what happens.
Speaking of bears, here's another complaint. Not impressed. Mountains all over the place, trees everywhere, and the bears are tiny. Smallest bears I've ever seen in my life.
And they won't look that way, sir, when they're trying to bite you. Hey, why don't you go play with that cub right there? Mother won't mind.
Oh, yeah.
I'm dying to know who these people, you know who they are? They're
Moron.
Biden voters. They're Biden voters.
They are. Yeah, that's right.
Can I just say,
Come here, little fella.
can I just say that
Bears love me.
I love, now Pigeon Forge apparently,
They've got to have a Taco Bell. I've got to look this up.
now 4826 says there is a Taco Bell in Pigeon Forge.
There's got to be.
7987. Taco Bell first, then a good long hike. That's going to end well.
At least there's plenty of leaves.
At least the bear will run from you. Good. I think we'll move on.
You ever had to use leaves in that capacity, Ken Weaver or Johnny B?
No.
No.
Ken? I have. When I was in, true story.
Okay.
I just sounded like Biden, but it's true.
Sure.
When I was I was a terrible Boy Scout, but we went camping, and let's just say nobody packed the toilet paper.
Pre-COVID, obviously.
Was there no water you could jump in and maybe swim or anything?
I was like
Have a natural
10,
bidet?
9 or 10. No, there was no bidet.
All right.
And I don't know exactly what happened or where the bathroom was, because usually when you go to the when you go on a camping trip with the Boy Scouts, there's going to be it's like it's like glamping.
Well, there will at least be a toilet over a hole in the ground.
Yeah, we went on a hike, and you know what? Listen, when nature calls, nature calls.
Yes, it does, brother.
And I'm just going to tell you, it did not feel good. She'd heard me telling my mom about that when I got home. Yeah, what? So yeah, I had to do that.
Yeah, Mom.
What were they tree leaves that you grabbed? Because sometimes you got to be careful of the kind of leaves you.
Oh yeah, can you imagine if it was like poison ivy?
Ooh.
Goodness gracious!
Yeah, you thought it was painful before.
Woo, could
Yikes.
you imagine that?
Well, luckily it was the time of year where the leaves were like nice and green and leafy, as opposed to like the crumbly, like in fall where they would just like crumble.
Yeah,
I think so. Anyway, whatever. Moving on.
I had an experience.
Did you?
Yeah, this was at church camp, and
One time at church camp?
yeah, it was at church camp in Glorieta, New Mexico. And these two buddies of mine, we weren't paying attention. We didn't follow the rules. We didn't bring our own water. Well, the next day we were thirsty. There happened to be a little creek. These two buddies of mine, they take big old scoops of water out of this creek, drink it, and they're just fine. Not Ken Weaver. It was a 3-mile hike down that mountain. And let me tell you something. That is the worst experience I've ever had in my life. I made it.
Yeah.
I made it back to the church camp, but nobody saw me for a couple of days. I got real acquainted with Def Leppard's Photograph. A buddy of mine had the cassette, and I listened to it over and over again as I went back and forth down the hall.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
That's right.
Never do that again. But nothing happened to those two guys. Nothing happened to them.
Well, what was in the creek?
Something that apparently makes you not feel well.
Okay. Something that made you had to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Very good.
And I wasn't about to do that, what you did. I wasn't about to.
Listen,
I mean,
People are making fun of me because I'm like the California guy, going camping. That's rich. I went camping in California.
That's actually pretty good on you, though, Brother Dan.
I was in the Boy Scouts. You know what okay, this is ironic. You know what the Boy Scouts motto is? Be prepared.
That's right.
Yeah.
Clearly, I wasn't.
Well,
motto of the
provided.
Motto of the story is, whenever you go camping, bring some extra toilet paper.
Yeah, that's always a good one.
Can I tell you something that's weird? And this is like the show within the show within the show.
The show within the show.
So there is something happening in this studio, and I don't know what it is, but my headphones keep just going out. The volume just keeps mysteriously dropping. And so I say something, and then I don't hear anything. And I figure that you guys are just not responding. But it's whatever the heck is happening in this studio where the audio is just dropping. Johnny, are you punking me? Like,
Sure.
Can you control my audio from in there?
You know it, Dan.
You're trying to
Every day.
sabotage me.
Every day.
There's a big red button that says "Mess with Dan."
Yeah, mess with Dan.
Mess with the host. Just turn down his headphones. I don't know what is going on in here. Hey, you guys ready for Elvis Presley? Courtesy of like AI?
That's right, baby. All ready for Big E.
Maybe.
Explain
it.
Because apparently now, you know how ABBA was doing this, this show, and they're going to be, basically computer generated. Elvis is going to make a comeback via the same kind of technology with a London AI show. The King of Rock and Roll is set to conquer a new stage, artificial intelligence. A holographic AI version of Elvis Presley will regale London audiences from a November stage show. They're calling it the Elvis Evolution. They're working on it now. They hope to have it done by, November of 2024. Would you guys go see that? I'm so mixed on this whole artificial intelligence performances. I'm mixed on it because on the one hand, I do understand that people, I guess, miss seeing Elvis Presley, and, a younger generation could be introduced to the King of Rock and Roll. But at the same time, I don't know, would that artist approve of this kind of a thing? I don't know. Is it the same thing as, leaving recordings behind? I don't know.
Yeah.
Would you go see if Elvis Presley, a hologram of Elvis, was going to play at, Bridgestone? Would you go see that?
If they put some Taco Bell in the lobby, sure.
And there's
Sure,
plenty of
absolutely.
toilet paper.
Taco Bell and toilet paper for everybody.
Yeah.
Probably not.
I
don't know.
I'm going to ask the
I
super
wouldn't.
texter. Super texters, would you go see Elvis Presley?
It just feels wrong.
If he was, it does feel wrong, but I can't
It's macabre.
put my finger on it.
See, I liked what Waylon Jennings said to RCA. They were putting out, after Elvis's death, they were going to put out a duets album, and they wanted Waylon to be in on it, and Waylon apparently responded, ask Elvis. If it's okay with him, I'm all in.
There you go. There you go.
I don't know about that, man. I
don't
just don't.
Now, if you could bring back one artist, which one would it be?
Bon Scott.
Okay, that's predictable for
John
you,
Lennon.
Ken. John Lennon.
Yeah.
Very good.
Freddie Mercury.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, Freddie Mercury.
John Candy.
John. All right, I got one for you. Rush Limbaugh.
Yeah?
If I could, bring back. And you
Sure.
probably. I know. I don't. Could you bring back a talk show host? Could you do that?
Well, I mean, you can bring back Elvis.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but those are songs.
That's
but
true.
like if you wanted to bring back a topical talk show host, like a Rush Limbaugh,
Sure.
who, by the way, was my absolute hero in radio. But how would you bring him back? Because the news is constantly updating and constantly changing, so you can't take what Rush said, 4 years ago
Right.
and apply it to today. Some of the general principles do remain, but you don't know as time goes on because there's always different nuances to every single story and different perspective and so forth.
I thought you were talking about bringing back to life.
Oh, well, that too, perhaps. I don't know. Either way.
Yeah, because no, you couldn't.
No,
Not
not
with everything. I mean, Rush. For one thing, he doesn't give a rat's ass about what's going on down here right now.
No, he's got a far better life.
And I'm sure if he was given the choice, he would say, no, thank you.
I don't think I want to go back, sir.
Yeah, and of course, people mentioning Phil Valentine as well. Yeah, trust me, folks, I get it. But there's a lot of musicians that they could do this with. I mean, ABBA's still alive, and they're doing it.
Well, Hendrix, I think they're going to do it with.
Ooh.
They're talking about doing it.
Okay, Hendrix, they're going to do it with as well. I mean, they can do it with actors, too. I read that they're going to try to do it with Bruce Willis, who has his own challenges right now with that disease that he has, where his mind is just going.
So bring them back in new roles?
Yeah. Well, yeah, because they did that, or maybe similar roles. Like, for example, in Star Wars, they brought back that old general guy, whatever his name was, in that one movie.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, they did it in Ghostbusters, too, with, what's his name?
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Oh, what? We're getting really specific,
Ramis?
aren't we?
Yeah, Harold Ramis.
Harold Ramis. There you go. That's exactly right.
Egon, wasn't that his name?
Yes, Egon. Now, that was a good Ghostbusters.
Yes, it was. I have to admit, Dan, you were exactly right. And I did tear up.
Did you tear up?
A little bit, yeah.
Just a little bit?
Yeah.
I openly cried.
Well, Johnny was eating peppers.
All right. Who's doing, just very quickly, who's doing what this weekend? I am finally taking down my 4 Christmas trees. My Christmas trees are still up.
Way to go, Brother Dan Mandis.
Well, don't feel alone. That somebody across the way from us has their Christmas tree up.
Yeah, and
Still.
they dance in front of it.
And they dance in front of it.
You guys still have your Christmas trees up?
Nope.
I don't think so.
I only have one Christmas tree, and I have already put it up.
Johnny, did you say I don't think so?
Well, we have
Were
a
you
small
home this morning?
We had a small one.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I was. But I don't pay attention to the small Christmas tree.
Oh, okay.
Going to make my wife very angry today.
Johnny just rolled in from wherever he was at.
That's right.
I was going to say,
That's
I
right.
think so.
I think it's still up. I don't know.
Oh.
Is any college football this weekend?
I don't know if there's any college football. I think there's the Under Armour game where all of the highly recruited high school athletes are going to play.
All right.
There'll even be some commitments. Now everybody's getting ready for the national championship on Monday.
Yeah.
Oh, is that on Monday?
That is on Monday.
That's going to be Michigan and
the Washington Huskies.
the Washington Huskies, the Huskies of Washington. And what time is that game? It's at like 8 o'clock at night.
I don't know. Let's check with Mac.
Yeah, Mac will know.
Oh, hey, Johnny, can you call Mason? Mac's going to call in sick on Tuesday morning.